So what you want to do is you want to take your sourdough and then you just get your rye flour. I'll use about a deciliter, about like that. Just put it in, pour it in, and then you get a cup of water. Doesn't really matter how much. Just pour that one in, and then you get a fork, and you just put the fork in there, and then just mix it around. You can see it's a bit of the thick mixture, not that too thin or not too thick, so it should be about pretty much like this. So that's it, and then you just put it in the fridge put it back in the fridge for 12 hours, and then you can start bake with it. So we're back 12 hours later, or about 11 hours later. We got the sourdough and it's bubbling. We got the flour, we got the mixer, we got the bowl, and we got the water, and we got the salt and everything. So this is what you need. First we take 2 cups of, or 2 deciliters of the sourdough. So just grab it and we put that in here. And I like to scrape this the measurements as well with a smaller spoon, so I'm gonna do that now, but I need more hands. So we will get the other deciliter. Just like that. Put it in, and then just scrape it up with the smaller spoon as well. So once we've done that, we're gonna take about 2 deciliter of water and just mix it in. I'll usually just mix this the water in this measurement as well. So I'm gonna do that, and to get the last bits of the sourdough from this one, like that, and then it's you just take 2 cups of 2 deciliters with this. As you can see, it's a bit cleaner now than when I've used the water in it, and then swirl it around and then put it back into the sourdough. At this point, I just add a bit of salt, so don't have to take too much, or it will be too salty and it won't rise when you're fermenting it. Preferably less. Just take like a little bit more than a pinch, like fill up your hand with about that size, and then just pour it in. It doesn't really matter. The less the better. You can just add butter that has a bit more salt into it. So right now I'm gonna get 1 deciliter of the flour. You don't really, it doesn't have to be at least 1 deciliter, but about this size or something. Just pour it in, and then you mix it around with the fork. And I want to get the lumps out, so there won't be anything like that, and then mix the sourdough as much as possible. Usually I do it with both hands, or I hold the bowl with the other hand, but right now I'm holding the phone, so like about like this. And once you've done that, you get more of the flour in. So let's see there. And here I'll just, I remove the fork as well. I don't need that. And now I'll just take, about 11 cups of the 11 deciliters or something. It doesn't have to be perfect, just pour it in because, oops, you will just add more water or more flour depending on the consistency of the dough later on. Let's see here, 9, 10, 11. There you go. And once we've done that, we'll add 2 more deciliters of water. Just put it in there. And now I'll just mix it with the mixer. So right now you can see I mixed it with the mixer, and you just, at this point, you just take the dough and knead it with your hands, so you don't have to worry about anything. Just keep going, and then it will turn out fine. If you need more water, just add it. But at this point on, I normally don't add that much water. I just moisten my hands or something and then get back into the kneading the dough. Otherwise, you just keep going for about 10-15 minutes to get it to the smooth consistency, and the dough shouldn't stick to your hands when you're done. So you'll see in a moment. At this point, the dough might feel a bit dry, but don't worry, just keep going, and it will the water will keep redistributing it. So just keep going. And you can see here it's starting to get a bit smoother, and just keep going, and it will smooth itself out. So right now it's starting to feel a bit nice and smooth. So, but I'll usually keep going for about 10 minutes. Oh no, not really 10 minutes now, but about 5 minutes or something. So you can see most of the flour has been added into the dough. It's feeling a bit, it's feeling soft, but some kind of firm at the same time. And I basically have no flour on my hands left. So that's good. It was a little bit dry, but it's fine. So there won't be any problem with it. Once you're done with the dough, you just put it. I tend to put a little bit of towel on it for a while when I finish with the bread pan. So I got some butter in there, and I'm gonna mix it, spread it out evenly on the sides and everything, and then put the dough into the bread pan. Once they're done, I just use some disposable paper or something, a paper towel, and then take the dough, and then I form it into like a big log shape, and then put it in, and then push it so it will spread out evenly. We'll see in a moment. So this is when I've just formed or reshaped the dough into a little bit of the longer piece, and then just gently, not gently, firmly push it down to the bottom, and then try to evenly distribute it. At this point, so now I've flattened it a bit. I'm just gonna get the towel, and I'm gonna wet it, and then I'll wrap it around the bread pan like this. So I'll wrap it around. The towel doesn't have to be dripping wet, but it should be, like, if you're touching it, it should at least feel wet, but not dripping wet. And I've got this cooling for bread that you can put the bread on later on. And now it's gonna sit for 12 hours at a spot in the apartment where it's a bit hotter than other spots. And then we'll see for tomorrow how much it's risen, and then we'll put it in the oven. So it's in the morning now, so I removed the towel, and you can see it's much bigger and a bit fluffier. So I'm just gonna put some water on it with this brush, and then put it in the oven for about 38.5 minutes on 200 degrees Celsius. So I've taken out the bread out of the pan and just flipped it over, so now I'm just gonna wrap it in the towel like this. And then I'll just let it sit for about 3 hours, and then you can eat the bread. So I'll just wrap it around and then flip it over, and there you have it.